Hey, it's Ellie. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today's house. Wow, today's house was such a challenge for me. I don't know why. I really wanted to build this house and it started off so well. The outside, it was so good. And then I just got to the interior and I completely lost it. Like whatever I was going for, I just lost it. So you'll see me later struggle a lot with getting the interior right, especially the kitchen. It takes me a few tries of like nearly completely decorating the kitchen to get it the way I want it to look. Or I guess a look that I was happy with, because I didn't really envision that for this house, but yeah, it turned out the way it turned out, I guess. And this is actually a super long speed build. I think it's almost 30 minutes or past that even. I can't quite tell. But yeah, somewhere around 30 minutes this speed build is, and that doesn't include the screenshots at the end. So that's going to be like another minute because this house is kind of long. It's not that big actually. It's a 3-bedroom house and it has 3 bathrooms as well. And well, the reason I did that is because I sort of forgot the bathrooms in the entire house. I didn't like build it and then realize there was no bathrooms. I think I got to maybe the first bedroom and I realized there is no public bathroom. I had planned to put a bathroom upstairs for like the master bedroom, I guess I would call it. It's actually a really big bathroom. I like it a lot. But anyway, yeah, I had planned to put that upstairs, but then I realized everyone else in the house would have to walk through the master bedroom to get to the only bathroom in the house, and I didn't want that. But I had already done the layout, and I really liked the layout, and I had struggled a lot with the layout because the stairs, you'll see it later. I take like 10 minutes to put the stairs down. And I do end up changing some of these windows and all that kind of stuff later. Yeah. And the roof, obviously. I don't leave the roof this gross tan color. I make it like red in the style of this house. And I built this house in Oasis Springs, if you can't tell, because yeah, it just fits there. That's exactly the style of the Oasis Springs house. Mine is probably a little more modern, probably a little less rustic than those houses, but I think it still fits really well, especially from the map view. It looks pretty good, I think, anyway. But yeah, I really like these windows that I put. I think it gives it like a more modern and expensive feel than some of the other windows, like those big square ones I'm talking about that are very extravagant. They look lovely. But yeah, back to the bathrooms. I completely got sidetracked with the roof because it was gross. Anyways, yeah, the bathrooms, once I finished the first bedroom, I decided that I would just put a bathroom in every bedroom. So there's 3 bedrooms and all of them have an ensuite. So, that's pretty good, I guess. And I guess the guests will have to walk through one of the bedrooms. Hopefully one of them is like a guest room or something, but I mean, it doesn't have to be. Frankly, the Sims don't really care about that kind of thing. So I didn't bother changing it too much, but yeah, it bothers me a little bit in my like realistic building because I hate doing that, but I decided I liked the layout more the way it was than to try to change it to fit in a bathroom. So yeah, that's what happened. Also, for the upstairs, when I was watching it back, I decided I really wanted to delete the bedroom wall, so I think I'm going to do that later. Anyway, I'm just working on the landscaping right now. The landscaping was tricky for me because I don't really know how to do desert landscaping, to be honest. I mean, I'm not very good at landscaping to begin with. I feel like it always just looks like a hot mess, but it's a garden, so that's okay, kind of, usually. Anyway, but for this, I don't know. I wanted the nice pathways and the very like clean cut pavement blocks, but then I didn't really know what to put around it. I tried to use an image that I found. It was probably on Tumblr or something. All my pictures are from Tumblr, but yeah, I saw this one house that looks similar to this that I tried to copy the landscaping a little bit. I mean, not copy, but just get a good reference for how to lay out the landscaping so that it flows nicely. And I think I did an all right job, but I don't know. It just always looks a little off to me somehow. But yeah, I'm doing a little courtyard area here in the front, which I usually tend to put those things in the backyard, or yeah, just the back area, wherever it is. But I just decided to do it in the front this time because the front is a nice view. I pretty much put a pool in the entire backyard. There's like a small walk around and I think a few seating areas, but besides that, there's not really a hangout area. There's no like grill or anything. So I decided to put that in the front and just kind of make that a little cool little area. I don't know. I like this little courtyard with the fence and everything. It seems like it would be a fun place to just hang out, especially since this house is fairly remote. I mean, it's far back on the lot and there is some lots around it, but I don't know. I feel like you would have a lot of privacy here. I mean, wow, it's so far back on the lot compared to most of the houses that I build, which are usually like pretty front, like more front center than the middle center, because I usually like to have the huge backyard. Like I just mentioned, usually my little hangouts are in the backyard, but this one was a completely different style house, so I decided to go for some different things. I put these little lion fountains. I don't know if they fit exactly, but I like them. I think they look kind of cool. They're like, I don't know. They just look awesome, that's all. That's why I put them. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with this outdoor area, and then I start on the kitchen, which is going to take a long time because I just did not really. I think the most trouble I was having with this house was the color scheme, because I felt like most of these, I want to call it like a Mediterranean style house. I think that's kind of the style that is most like it. But yeah, I feel like a lot of these style houses have very brown and beige color schemes, but I just wasn't feeling that color scheme. I don't know. I mean, I went with it for the windows. The windows are all very like a dark brownish, which I usually never pick for windows, like this brass kind of color. I would pretty much always go for black or a white color, maybe like a grayish, but that would be even unusual for me. Yeah. So I struggled with the kitchen a lot because of the color scheme. Brown and beige are not my favorite color scheme at all. I just do not like it. It doesn't look good in The Sims with the swatches that it has here. None of the cabinets really fit. I couldn't find good matching things. I just was not working out for me. Plus, the kitchen, I couldn't quite figure out how to shape the kitchen, to be honest, because I wanted to leave this entire downstairs open at first, but then I decided to put some bedrooms down here and kind of close off the kitchen, just make it a little more cozy, I guess. So I did that, eventually, once I figure out what the heck I'm doing in this build. It just looks so bad right now. Like, what am I even doing? Maybe those chairs are a little more fitting to the style, the dining room chairs, that is, not the bar stool chairs. I don't know what I was thinking with those ones. The dining room chairs, though, they're probably a little more fitting to the kind of style that I was seeing mostly when I was looking for inspiration, because I was so lost. I think I looked it up after this kitchen build, maybe. Or I go through like one more kitchen decor and then I look it up and then I try to get a style that I like from inspiration from that. And I did somewhat get a little bit of inspiration. It wasn't exact, but I think it was only like one or two photos where all the furniture was kind of white and bluish, or maybe it was just white in the picture. I can't quite remember, but there was one that was very white, and I liked that one the best of all the styles, but I didn't know if it would really fit in the house, so that's why it took me a while to kind of figure out what I was doing here. And there's the stairs that I struggled with forever, because the house is an odd shape upstairs and downstairs. There's a lot of curves and corners, like secret little rooms around. So yeah, it was kind of hard to get the layout the way I wanted, but eventually I did, and that's why I didn't want to change it to add the bathrooms, because it took so long for me to build this house. I was literally building this house for 8 hours. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but this was an 8-hour build. So when you condense that, I think it came out to like 40 minutes. But some of those minutes I had paused in my video because I was doing other stuff when I built this. So I cut those parts out and got it down to like 30 minutes or so. But still, gosh, it's such a long build because I just could not figure out what I was doing here. And I'm sorry, but I ended up using the Parenthood stuff again. Not all of it, but a lot of it. I like it, okay? It fits with all the styles. Somehow it does. And I don't understand, but it works with all of them. And that is just something that is so helpful when you are building different style houses. Like, I feel very stuck sometimes with the sim items because they only fit a specific style, but you know, this Parenthood stuff, it works really well. Like those chairs, I have the chairs outside in the courtyard table and they look really good there. Oh, and here, this is finally the color scheme that I end up going for with the kitchen and sort of the rest of the house. I go for like the blues, this like darkish, I don't even know what to call it. Yeah, it's blue. Anyway, yeah, I go for this in like a white theme throughout the rest of the house. So I definitely decided to draw inspiration from the picture that I saw, which was just mostly decorated in white. And I think it turned out much better. I actually love this kitchen the way it turned out in the end, which I did not think I would ever like this kitchen because it took way too long to figure out what I was doing here. But in the end, I do actually like the way it turned out. I think my favorite part is I haven't put it yet, but there's a little corner desk that I put. It's the Parenthood desk. It's like the single, really small desk that matches this blue color scheme. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I think that's my favorite part of this whole kitchen is this little desk here in the corner that I kind of tilt it sideways and put a little plant there, and it just looks so cozy. Like, oh, I can just imagine like a little child coming in and doing their homework in the kitchen while the mom or dad is cooking a meal, and oh, it would be so cute. I actually didn't build any children's rooms in this house, which is weird for me, but I just decided to make this very neutral. And since I was struggling so much with the decor, honestly, I just didn't even, I did not have a plan for this house. That's probably why I struggled so much. I didn't know what kind of family would live in here. If it was a family at all, maybe it's just a group of people, siblings maybe, or just roommates that have this really cool house together for some reason. But I just made all the bedrooms into kind of neutral. They all have a double bed. They're just They're just bedrooms, that's all. They don't really fit for any specific sim. You can put any sim in there. They just work really well. So I feel like any family you have can move into this house. If you have children, you just need to do a slight bit of redecorating to get the kids' beds in there and toys and stuff. You could take out all the extra stuff that I put in the bedroom. And yeah, I decided to go with the vintage glamour curtains for most of the house and the parenthood curtains for all the rest of the windows. So I think those are the only two windows, or the only two curtains that I put throughout the whole house. Oh no, I lied. I used city living curtains for those big square windows, the really ornate ones that I like a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna work on, I think, the living room now. I struggled with the living room, just like the rest of the house. Also, the door was annoying me because I couldn't put it in the center, and just, why? It's not center, and that bothers me so much. Like, oh, more than I can even describe. I like literally was thinking, how can I change this so that this door could be in the center? But there's no way. I couldn't do anything about it without changing the whole layout and making it too small, and just, yeah, wasn't gonna work. I had to deal with it being slightly off center. It still works out. There's plenty of space in this living room, which I like. I do like the way this living room turned out in the end. I don't know if it matches with this house necessarily, and same about the kitchen, to be honest. I actually feel like this house turned out a lot more like with a beach vibe almost than like a Mediterranean vibe. I feel like they are kind of similar though. I mean, you've got like the tropic kind of feel in both of those, I think. Yeah, but they are slightly different, and I do feel like this house ended up a little more beachy than what I was going for, but still, I left it that way because I liked it in the end, even if it doesn't match the outside, whatever. You can have any style furnishing in any house. It doesn't matter. Just as long as you like it, that's all that matters. And the outside of your house also looks good. That matters too. Because, people look at that. They look at the outside of your house more than the inside. So you gotta make sure that looks better, in my opinion. But your inside of your house has to look good too. But yeah, I kind of just went with a lot of white furniture here. I put that really tall back couch, but I didn't really like it in the end. I thought it didn't really fit exactly with this style, so I ended up deleting it and putting a small couch there instead. So there's actually quite a bit of seating in this house. I didn't put any chair like I usually do, but I did put the bar, so you can have some nice hangouts here. I think you can have a cool party. The kitchen is like all cozy, but there's still a lot of seating in there. And there's a lot of seating in the living room. There's some outside, just out front the door. And then there's a pool in the back. This would be a great house for parties. It looks nice too, and it's all matching. It's probably too matching. I think I should have gotten more colors in there, but I don't know. I liked it. It was nice the way it was, and even if it doesn't necessarily flow together, it still looks good in my opinion. So I left it. Plus, I wasn't gonna fuss with it anymore because this is the style that I could do. So this is what happened. I'm just gonna work on the bedrooms for the rest of this build, and to be honest, I don't really have much to say about the bedrooms. They are white and gray. And that's pretty much all. That's the color schemes I went for the bedrooms. So, yeah, that's it. So instead of talking about the build for the last 15, or I guess 10 minutes now of this build, I'm going to talk about 4th of July because I went away for the 4th of July. There's no videos yesterday or the day before. I did have one on the 4th, but that's because I left on the 4th and I had time to upload my video before then. But yes, I went away for the 4th of July and it was fun. I'm hesitant to say fun because, you know, afterwards was not so fun, but my dogs had a really fun time because they got to come with us and swim in a lake. And I actually posted a video on my channel, I think on the 5th or something, of my dog swimming in the lake. He found a rope swing and he tried to fetch it, but he could not because, you know, obviously it was attached to the tree. So he literally had to be rescued. Someone had to jump in the water. It was only like waist deep where he was. But they had to jump in and literally take the rope out of his mouth and carry him back up to the little dock area. It was like there were some shallow parts on the side of the house that we were staying at where you could get into the lake, but then through the middle was kind of like a foundation deck for our house. So it was a good like 1.5-foot drop to the actual water from that dock. So the person who rescued our dog just kind of hoisted him up on the dock, and then he cut the rope off of the swing so that my dog could have it because he tried so hard to get it and he wanted it, but he couldn't. So we ended up giving it to him anyway so that he could have it, and he carried it around for the whole day. But so funny, that same dog, he's the older one, he first came out to the lake and he was looking around, he was looking down off the dock like, oh my gosh, there's water here. So he ran all around looking for the spot that he could get in the water, and as soon as he found it, he just went right in. Just nobody told him to. We didn't throw him a ball or anything. I just watched him run around and just go in the lake on his own and start swimming. So he's so cute. He loves to swim. But our other dog, it's pretty funny because he is such a weenie. He won't go in the water, I guess, anymore. He used to. I don't know what happened. He's become a really big weenie lately. He's afraid of everything. He whines about everything too. I don't know what's up with him, but he would only go about, he would get up to his shoulder, so it's pretty high for him, but he would never like actually swim. He always had to be on the ground, on the lake floor, and he wouldn't ever go any further than that. Meanwhile, our other dog is just like swimming all over, fetching anything he can find, any sticks, anything. At one point, someone threw something into the water for our older dog, and he started swimming after it, but he lost track of where it went, so he just kept swimming just further and further out into the lake, and we were calling him like, no, come back, you're going too far. But he eventually turned around because he realized, I think, that he was going a little too far into the lake. So he was okay. He's a good swimmer. I'm not worried about him really, but you know, I just have to watch him to make sure he rests in between, because he will swim all day and get way too tired, and that's when I would worry about him kind of drowning. But no, he's okay. He's good. And both the dogs had a lot of fun playing with all the kids that were there from some of my fiance's family. They really like kids, so they don't get to play with kids too often. So especially Flynn was having fun following the kids around in the water and getting anything that they would throw for him, because they like dogs a lot too. They actually have a golden retriever that is the brother of my dog, my younger dog. Yeah, they have the same mother dog. They were from different litters, but yeah, they have the same mother, so they're kind of like half brothers, I guess. This family's dog and my dog, so they obviously really like the kind of dog and get along with them. They know how to treat dogs too, which is a good thing with kids because that is just something that I feel like enough parents don't teach their children how to treat animals. But I'm getting like way off topic here anyway. I think I just put in the bathroom downstairs for this house. And I'm probably going to put the other ones later. I was kind of bummed. I like the layout of that bedroom before I changed it, but whatever. I had to do that for the bathrooms. And wow, this speed build is getting so long. I'm running out of things to say, guys. I don't know what else to talk about. I don't want to talk about the build anymore. It's boring. I can't talk about building for 30 minutes. I don't have anything else to say. I put a bookcase, but I delete it later. That's what happens. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll talk about 4th of July more. This is sort of maybe not the most age appropriate, but I did Jello shots for the first time this 4th of July. I've never done a Jello shot before. I don't know why. I don't really like Jello, to be honest. So, I mean, they were okay. It's not my cup of tea, but, or I guess my preferred drink. Cup of tea is just an expression, but I feel like that's weird to say about another drink. Is Jello shot a drink, though? Sort of. I mean, yeah, I guess. Anyway, I would say probably I would not do Jello shots again unless they were, like, there for some reason, and that was the only alcohol that was available. Otherwise, I'd probably just drink, well, besides Jello shots, I just had, like, rum, I think, for the whole day. Not the whole day. I only had, like, 3 drinks total, I think, plus the Jello shot. And I was drinking from, like, 2 to the evening, late evening. So it wasn't that much alcohol in terms of how long I was drinking. But yeah, I think I'll just stick to straight alcohol from now on. Yep. Oh, you know what? I am going to talk about the build for a minute because these balconies, I love them. They're so cute. I didn't actually decorate them that well, and I'm kind of bummed about that, but I was just running out of build stamina at this point. Like, 8 hours for a build is way too long. Way too long. I need to, like, cut that in half, That's just takes, like, an entire day to build something, if you think about it like that. I didn't build this all in one day, but I was getting done with this build, You just feel like that. I've been working on this house for too long, and I was just done. So I just put these little benches anyway, and like a plant or something. But what I like most about the balconies is that there's one in the bathroom. And I don't know why I like that, because it's a little unnerving, isn't it? But I put the big curtains in front of the door, so you can just slide the door closed when you're going to take a bath. And I put that bath in the center of the bathroom because I've always really liked that about bathrooms, but I've never felt like it really works in any of the houses that I built because the bathrooms were always so small. I usually don't make a huge bathroom like that, So I'm glad that this bathroom was huge. That's exactly kind of why I made it that big, to be honest. And it just worked out. The bath in the center, it looks nice. It looks expensive. Like yes, you're just about to take a bath in a huge room by yourself. I don't know. It's just cool, okay? That's all. I can't explain why. It just is. And yeah, here's the wall. I mentioned it earlier, but here's the wall I kind of wish I just deleted. And really, I might delete it before I upload this, because I don't really see why it needs a door on this roof. Like, nobody's gonna go up there unless it's the people whose bedroom that is, So I feel like it wouldn't really matter if there was a door and a wall there. So I think I'll delete it, and that will just make it look a little bigger and better. Because, I mean, at this point, the bathroom is almost as big as the bedroom. And that looks kind of weird, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I'm going to delete that wall for sure. I struggled a little bit with the landscaping here, but in the end, I just kind of lined the fence with flowers and called it good. And that's about the end of the speed build, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I post Sims videos every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!